Hazmat and fire crews in Turner's Falls were called to a fire alarm at the Element Brewery yesterday morning. Getting there, fire crews saw a lot of steam both outside and inside the building. Once they made their way inside, fire crews were quickly forced to turn around and get out of the building due to high readings of their atmospheric monitoring equipment. Hazmat teams determined the building was eventually safe for entry. Both crews went back inside and determined that no explosion or fire had happened. The cause of the alarm was due to a pressure relief system that was triggered by accident. The building was unoccupied at the time and no injuries have been reported.